Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So we have a Primark video today. Who would have thought? Primark videos. This time we're actually looking at the Lion's stats. We have a preview now over on the Warhammer community website which goes through the new Primark that is coming to the Horus Heresy. So let's jump in, let's read through it all and let's see how beastly the Lord of the First Legion is. So the article opens up talking about the actual Primark model itself, and I think you all know what I feel about this. I think it's an absolutely fantastic model. It has got one of the greatest bases, I think, when it comes to a Primark. I absolutely love dead Marines on a base. I don't know what it is, but seeing dead traitor Space Marines on a Loyalist base gets me all giddy with excitement, especially Night Lords, since they are the biggest douchebags probably in the galaxy. The way they pain and all the stuff they do to the innocents, how absolutely dare they. What I love about the actual model of Lionel Johnson itself is that it comes customizable. I love the fact that it actually has his proper face, and it also has a helmet. When I actually made this first video, I stated that this was the only Primark with a helmet, and then people pointed out, well, what about Alfarius? So I was like, well, technically he doesn't, after Dawn was finished with him, because of course Dawn is the greatest Loyalist Primark, because he is the only Loyalist Primark with a confirmed traitor Primark kill. Don't give me this Omegon and Gilliman stuff. That's not been written yet, so I'm just going to put that to one side. The customizable also comes with the actual weapons itself. You have the Wolf Blade and the Lion Sword, so technically this guy can be from two different eras. After Gilliman broke the Lion Sword, and also beforehand where he's actually wielding the Lion Sword. A fun fact as well, if you look at the Cypher model, the Cypher model actually has the exact same hilt stuck out of his back, because for those of you who don't know in the lore, Cypher is carrying the broken, like the shards of, let's say, the Lion Sword around on his back to do some kind of ciphering stuff, which we, shrouded in mystery that you expect from the Dark Angels. Anyway, enough of my waffling. Let's move on to the actual stats itself. Lionel Johnson, the first Primark, the Lion, the son of the forest, Primark of the Dark Angels. Weapon skill is 8, ballistic skill is 5, strength is 7, toughness is 6, wounds are 6, initiate is 7, attacks is 5, leadership is 10, and his save is 2+. So of course it's going to be save 2+. Pretty beastly stats. If you compare him with some of the other Primarks, I think he's definitely top tierish, just off his base stats right away. It does say here his weapon skill and initiate stand out as benefits are a renowned duelist. That's what the line is. He's known for fighting. I would say that there's two people that are probably in the same category of the Lion when it comes to duelist. One would be Fulgrim, and the other would be Jagatai Khan. Now, I would personally put Jagatai Khan at the top of that duelist pyramid, because Jagatai Khan is just a whole different level. You'll have to read some of the stories in the Horus Heresy. Absolutely amazing story arc the White Scars have. Truly fantastic. I wasn't a White Scars fan at all, and then I read what Chris Wright did for the White Scars, and I was just addicted to him. If I could only paint white a little bit better, I would probably do an actual chapter of White Scars. Anyway, moving on to his abilities. The first one is an absolute focus. Among his brother Primarchs, the Lion was renowned for his prowess in combat, but not because of any unique tricks or subtle blade work that might confound the foe. He was neither the exquisite duelist that Fulgrim epitized, nor the raging berserker that was Angron, but rather something more terrifying. He fought with an absolute focus and chilling detachment, unstoppable on the attack and immovable on the defense. And once brought to battle, he knew no other end than victory or death. So an absolute focus is, in any assault phase, the Lionel Johnson is required to reroll more than a 4+ to hit any enemy model, regardless of the weapon skill, any special rules or modifiers in play. And that's pretty decent then. So yeah, you probably want to be getting this guy into combat as fast as possible. Actually, I don't think he's got any ranged weapons on this thing. We'll go through it in a second. But the way I see the Lion, well, actually, I see all the Primarchs. Just get them into combat straight away and just start smashing with their melee weapons, because that is the only way you just got to dominate with a Primarch. The next one is the Lion's Collar. It says, the Lord of the First Legion has faced terrors unimaginable by mortal man, and triumphed, had vanquished foes and threatened the utter extinction of life, as it is known, and slain creatures more vast than more vast than even the great war engines. When he went into battle, there were few worthy of death at the Lion's hand. Only those who could prove bloody defiance that were worthy of his enmity would witness the true colour of the lion. When reduced to 4 wounds or less, the lion gains 1+ attack, increases 2+ attacks when he's reduced to 2 wounds. Oh, bloody hell. So basically, if you get him down to 2 wounds, then he's got 7 attacks. If you get him down to 4 wounds, then he has 6 attacks. So it seems the more you hit him, the more angry he gets, and the more damage he puts out, because he's like, I shall stand and fight and purge you all. So yeah, those are pretty decent abilities. So if we move down to the weapons, as I stated, it comes with 2 weapon options. You have the Wolf's Blade and you have the Lion's Sword. So we get stats for both of these now. So the first one is the Lion's Sword. It says, a powerful broad-bladed sword that glowed with a soft inner light and scorched those it struck with a silver flame. Its keen edge made a mockery of even the finest armour or mightiest of foes, cutting a clear path for the first Primarch and his legion through the darkest of the battlefields. So the Lion's Sword is range, nothing, because of course it's a bloody sword. The strength is user, so it's strength 7. AP is 1, and the type is melee, lance, flesh blade, master crafted, and 2-handed. It goes on to say the Lion's Sword turns Johnson into an absolute monster, whether he's dueling enemy heroes or carving through vehicles. The flesh blade and lance rules, coupled with AP 1 and reroll to hit, and it's got in brackets always on a 4+, remember, with master crafted means that little won't fall before him. And I have to agree, Lionel Johnson seems an absolutely beastly companion enemy if you're going to be facing him down on the battlefield. And the next one, of course, is the Wolf's Blade. It says, a blade of ancient province, born by the first Primarch in the earliest days of the Great Crusade, which remained at his side even the last days of the Horus Heresy, of course, because this is what he had after Gilliman broke the Lion Sword across his leg. You goddamn piece of crap, Lion, not doing your job. A masterpiece of the armourer's craft, whose flickering silver teeth wrought a fearsome ruin upon foe and shattered the resolve of those who stood against the Lion. So the Wolf's Blade, range is of course nothing, because it is a bloody sword. Strength is 3+, so his strength was 7, so it's 8, 9, 10, so it's a 10. Strength 10, holy bloody emperor. AP is 2, type melee, 2-handed, shred, fearsome, ruin. It says here, fearsome ruin, any unit which suffers 1 or more casualties from this weapon and makes a morale check during the assault phase must roll an additional d6 for that check to keep and keep the 2 highest dice to determine the result. So basically you can scare your guys away, because this sword is just so scary. It goes on to say the Wolf's Blade relies on more raw brute power, making the Lion strength 10, coupled with shred, which lets them which lets him re-roll failed wound rolls. This makes it a tempting choice and adds a fearsome ruin rule. And the Wolf Blade is a perfect choice for scything through entire squads of infantry. And with AP2, even Terminators won't be safe from the Lion's wrath. Yes, the Lion's swords and weapons are just absolutely scary. A little bit of more information right at the end, actually. It says, the rest of the Lion's equipment bolsters his prowess. The Lionide Panoply? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm awful. Gives him a 2+ save and a 4+ invulnerable save, which can be re-rolled once per turn, okay. For shooting, the Fusel Antichnius is an plasma weapon that can render enemies blind if surviving its blistering salvo. I can't see. Lionel Johnson also has the usual Primarch rules that can be accompanied by a squad of Deathwing companions as part of his Lord of Choice, making a unit fear and respect. But will the Nighthawk be intimidated? And look at this little nice artwork that's in the background now. I didn't expect any Night Lord cool artwork to come with this. That is really, really nice. It'd be really awesome to see Conrad Kurz and the Lion face off on the battlefield. I am really, 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 really getting tempted to get back into the Horus Heresy. It was one of them things like, a few years ago, it wasn't getting anything because 8th edition was out, and that was kind of getting all the love, and then all the specialist games came out with Forge World. But now it seems, the Wordbearer stuff we got last week, the Lionel Johnson stuff, Book 9 Crusade got to be coming out sometime. It seems like the Horus Heresy is getting back on track, and they are bringing that hype back. I'm really, really glad for the Horus Heresy players. Technically, I can still play because I have a Custody Force, and I can use that Custody Force as part of my Horus Heresy force, so maybe that is something I will be doing for future games. Alright, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching as always. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. What do you think of the Lion little preview so far? Do you think he's a top tier Primarch? Do you think he's a scrub still? Do you think he's a traitor? Do you think he's loyal to the Imperium? I know the Lion's loyal to the Imperium. It's just a meme, Dark Angel players. Don't take it too seriously. I get memed all the time with Rogel Dawn and the so-called Iron Cage I keep hearing about. Never heard of it before in my life. Don't believe these absolute heretics. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching the video. Leave your thoughts, feedback in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chat down there as always. See you now, and bye-bye.